If you are looking for a good way to increase the quality of your footage without having to invest in a new expensive camera body and a faster lens, then lighting might be a great solution for you. We're gonna talk about lighting a little bit today, and specifically the new Rotolight Aeos 2. Well, hello, my name is Luke with Wedding Film Coach. Thanks so much for stopping by the channel. And again, we're talking about lighting today. So whether you film weddings or maybe you do music videos or live events, I think this will be helpful for you. So stick around. We're gonna talk about the Aeos 2 from Rotolight. I have it right here in this box. Let's open it up and I'll give you my first impressions. And I'm probably gonna have a few different videos out about this light and lighting in general. So there may be a playlist or something. I'll try to link that below in the comments and maybe around the screen somewhere. So let's go. This is the big box that Rotolight sent me, and I'm gonna open it up. It is a massive box, so I'm excited to see what's in it. I think there are 2 lights in there. And, whew. So this is what came in the box. So it looks like we have 2 tripod stands and a very nice carrying case. So we're gonna take all this out and look at it. But so far the packaging seems like they put some effort into it. They're not just kind of skimming, so looks good. Let's get it out. Okay, so there was lots of stuff in there. So I set the bag up back there, and honestly, points for the bag, nice packaging. That is nice if you need to take your studio somewhere else or you're on location and you just need a nice quick bag. Maybe you don't already have one. Good points for that. All right, I want to get all this off the table, and then we're actually going to take a look at these lights and talk about them. So this is the actual new Rotolight Aeos 2. And this looked pretty slick in the information that they sent us as Kickstarter backers. And it has handles on the back here and has a touch screen, which I'm excited to get into. And of course, V-mount plate to hook our battery up to. So let's get it on. I want you guys to see this thing in action. All right, so we got the battery on and we have just enough juice to do a little testing here. I'll probably come out with some more detailed videos, but this is just gonna be kind of a quick look, first impressions. One of the big things I want to show you just for kind of user friendliness is this new touchscreen that they have on the back to navigate through all the different options. So lots of modern lights are coming out with these options where they can do your Kelvin scale from warm to cool. They can also do RGB. This does that, and gel. So instead of just talking you to death, let me just show you. So I have another camera set up right here, and this is going to show you the touch screen on the back, and you'll be able to see what the light's doing here. So let me just go ahead into CCT. So I apologize for the blowout. So here, make sure I'm not too close. I'm going to go ahead and go down and turn it down for you guys so you can see on the other video. So here I have that at, what does it say, 7%? Okay, so that seems like a good, and so let me turn it up just enough to get, okay, so now you can see what it's actually doing. Let me come back here to the Kelvin scale. So I'm going to go from cool, bring that down, and you can see as I come down on the back of the screen here, you can see the numbers track with the scale. And so even though you can't input the numbers specifically like, hey, I want 5400 Kelvin, it does tell you exactly what it is, even to the tenths it looks like. And so it looks like you should be able to dial it in pretty good to what you need. So I'm going to make that cooler now, or excuse me, I'm going to make that warmer all the way down to 3000 Kelvin at the extreme, all the way up to 10,000 Kelvin, all the way to the extreme. And so pretty good range there. Let's go back home, and we're going to go into our RGB now. And it's preset to green, and it even gives you your hue number there as well. Oh, let me take that off. So there's a little screen cover. These are so satisfying to peel off. There we go. Okay, that helps a little bit. So there we have our hue number, and it's 106 right now. This is in degrees. What you can see is I changed that, and I'm kind of going up the scale to blue all the way to red. Again, you can see here on this back screen that you're getting that number is changing with you. So that's all the way to red. On the right end of the spectrum, go back through blue. Sorry, trying to keep my fingers out of the way. What are we at now? Kind of a green, blue-green, and oh, sorry. And then all the way to orange, yellow, orange, then all the way to red. So you have the spectrum there for sure. Let's come back here. We also have gel presets, and so if you use gels already, they have a lot of these just preset in to match. So if you would normally use, let's see, this is a L106 at D32 primary red. So if you already have that filter or that gel, then you just hit on this and it should be really, really close. I am not too familiar with using gels and mixing them and making your colors right. Thankfully, I've kind of gotten into lighting during the RGB era. I know it's not exactly correct. I've watched a lot of great videos about that that scientifically kind of go through what's, you know, between addition and subtraction and all that. Anyway, this should get you close enough, and so it's nice to have that. So let's just, so that's an orange, that's your red, yellow, spring yellow, primary green, blue, and then your purple. So one of the cool things about this light is if you are a hybrid shooter and you do video and photography, you don't really want to, I'm sure you probably don't want to have video lights and photo lights. So this can act as both constant lighting and photography lighting, flash lighting. So they have a great, I don't know anything about flash lighting, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I do, but definitely check out Rotolight's YouTube channel. They have some great photographers on there who are kind of showing what all that looks like. So I'm going to skip that side since I don't know a lot about it, but know that this will be great if you are a hybrid. Okay, we're going to come back here to the home and go to the special effects. This is where a lot of cool stuff is happening in the lighting world, especially with all the digital age. So let's look at our options. So this is a lightning effect. So if you have a scene in your movie that you need a storm going on, you can set this up here and you can change the frequency of it, you can change the power of it. Really cool, and there's probably a lot of really creative things you can do with this light as well in that setting. Let's keep looking. We just have a straight strobe effect. Again, if you do music videos, that might be really cool. You can change the speed of it as well. We have cycle. Let's see what cycle does. So cycle looks like it just changes in and out from the RGB settings, which is really cool. Again, you can change the speed on that, and you use your dials to change that in. Okay, very cool. So if I want that changing through really fast, it's going to give you a really fast cycle there. You can slow it down just like that. Here is a fire preset. Very cool. Again, you can change the intensity of the flame, it looks like. So that's where it's flickering pretty good. And let's see if it slows that flicker down. Yeah, that calms it down quite a bit. Okay, let's keep going. We have the police lights here. So if you're doing a scene where you need police lights, then you got that. Again, you can change the intensity of them, how quickly it is cycling through those, or how slowly. Okay, and again, you could probably do a lot of really creative stuff with this too. TV, if you wanted kind of like old school television, like somebody's watching TV and the lights flickering on their face, instead of like setting up a real TV, maybe getting some static or some noise or whatever you don't want, you can just use this light. Again, you can change the intensity and the speed at which it flickers. Going through gunshots, okay. So you have to press in for it to trigger it. Okay. Shape. Interesting. So it seems like a quicker flash. And that kind of lasts a little bit longer. Let me turn this all the way down to 1. See how that flashes and then it kind of fades off? That's pretty cool. So there's lots of creative things you can do with that. This should go off immediately. Yeah, that's pretty quick. Very cool. Okay, so neon. Woo! Turn that bad boy down and the intensity down. Turn the speed down. So I guess this is like for a flickering neon sign that's like just going out or something. Again, you can probably very interesting. Might not even be able to see some of that with the camera settings, shooting 24. But yes, let me turn that all the way down. And I wonder if you can change the color of that too. So that's not really neon. That's more of like the fluorescent bulbs that are going out. So I'm not sure how to change that, but maybe. Yeah, that's more like the fluorescent flickering bulb, not really a neon bulb. But we'll take what we can get. This is film. Like a movie reel kind of thing, maybe. Again, it's flickering pretty hard. You probably can't see that. But nice to know. Whew. It's kind of making my head hurt, all this flickering. So let's go past this. All right, this is a cool feature. So for welding lighting, again, you have speed, slow it down. Of course, the intensity of the light. Paparazzi, you know what that is. I don't need to explain that to you. Go trigger it. And that's the last one. So paparazzi, weld, film, neon, more like fluorescent, gunshots, TV, police, fire, cycle, strobe. Very cool. Lightning, and then fade. Fade that on and off. And you can set how long you want that to take. If you want it to be a really long fade on, slowly, 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 or a really long fade off, slowly, slowly, slowly. So pretty cool. All right, now let's come back home. This is special effects and system setup. So here, let's look at all you can do in the setup. So you can turn your display to have an auto setting, so it automatically turns off to save a little bit of energy, a little bit of power. Also, just so you know, the screen is black, so maybe it doesn't catch people's attention or distract anybody. So that's really nice. And then when you turn a knob or hit the screen, it comes on. So that's cool. I'll probably keep it like that. And compliance, language factory, yada yada. So there's firmware updates that are probably going to come out for this. So let's come back home and just do the good old color balance. So very cool. I like it. And before we get this out of the way, I definitely want to show you what the light looks like with the softbox on. So let's turn it on. Let's do or the soft dome rather. So this is 50% power. I know it's obviously blown out here, but let's just see how much it reduces it with the soft grid. Okay, so that's still pretty bright. Let's go down to 25%, and it's not crazy. Let me get it to where you can see the actual LEDs in there. So that's do 15. Okay, so 15 is not too crazy blown out there. Let's see what it looks like here. All right, so that's with the softbox on, or the soft grid, or soft dome. Sorry, I keep saying it box. I'm used to box. Soft dome, off, on, off. So we'll do some testing. Okay, so one of my main purposes for wanting to get these lights and try them out is because here's what I've been using. The dracast 1x1 LED panels. These have been great as far as the light quality that's been coming out of them. However, they do seem to look, I don't know, just a little intimidating or a little studio-y whenever I'm out filming at weddings. So they can be a bit distracting. They're plenty bright, got good color accuracy, and also it's just kind of a workflow issue too. They're not exactly quick to set up. So to set it up, you gotta put your panel down, put this attachment into it, like slide it in, and it's honestly not super quick to do. You gotta find it just right. And then you have to put this thing in these metal holes, and the pins are never straight, and I've lost a few of them. I've had to kind of rig this thing up a little bit. And again, I'm trying to do this as fast as I can, but it's not, see, like right here, it's kind of bent, so you kind of have to mess with it. You know, and that's an extra 60, 90 seconds on a wedding day you might not have. And then you have to fold this. Yeah, it sounds great, doesn't it? Then you have to fold this thing out. This is the soft part of it that's gonna make the light soft. Velcro it on. And then, you know, it looks like this. Which, it's, you know, most people see your lighting and then they kind of forget about it, like I used to just do it in lighting. But it doesn't look super, it looks professional, but it doesn't look clean. It doesn't look crisp. It doesn't look modern. And, you know, whenever you're in the video industry, there's so many things about perception. There's so many things about the way things look that are really important to your brand, what people think about you. If they're like, yeah, Luke got some great footage, but you know, he kind of used all this gear and this equipment. It was kind of obtuse and kind of weird. You know, that stuff matters. So my goal is to have something that's a bit smaller of a footprint. Let me get this out of the way. This, the battery on it, right? Pretty clean, crisp together versus this, which is kind of big, bulky, kind of janky a little bit. And then also, I didn't mention this, but whenever you're done, you're tearing down for the night, maybe the wedding's still going on or the event's still going on. But you really want to be doing that while something else is happening. Most of the time, it's loud enough where people aren't going to notice, but somebody close by is going to notice, and they're going to be like, my God, what's happening? Okay, so that's my goal with these, is to try to find a more sophisticated option to my light panels that I already have. Those panels are bicolor, go all the way from 3200 to 5600, I think. They're not RGB, and so these are a bit more sophisticated, a bit more technologically enhanced, plus all the studio features if I want to get into the special effects or for more storytelling. I have those options there. So that's my goal, is to try to replace those. I also have these great tube lights that you see in the shot. They have a lot of features as well, but I'm just trying to figure out what's the best thing for me. And so as I go through this, I'll be sure to upload a lot more videos with more detailed reviews on each specific part of this, and I will be sure to let you know. So thanks so much for watching. I hope that this at least kind of gave you a first impressions of like, hey, I heard about this new Rotolight. What is this all about? What does it do? This is pretty much it. I think there's probably some Bluetooth app features as well. I haven't got into that, so forgive me for not including that in this first look, but that will be a part of probably the next video when I start talking about how I would use these at a wedding, and then kind of the quality and consistency of the color that it reproduces, because that's really important too, having good solid skin tones every time. So that is pretty much everything I wanted to talk about in this video. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you have specific questions. Leave those in the comments, because I will be making some follow-up videos, and if I can answer your questions specifically in those videos or in the comments, I would love to. Have a great day, and thanks for watching. See ya.